Welcome to the 2018 annual meeting of Gloucester City Council. May I remind everyone that the meeting may be recorded or filmed and that anyone wishing to do so must not obstruct the view of the councillors, officers, the public and the press. May I also point out that flash photography may not be used during the mayor making ceremony unless this has been agreed beforehand. Thank you. I have received apologies from Councillor Barmia, and also Councillor Lee Hawthorne. Are there any other apologies?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Byrne will be coming, but she is on the route.
Thank you. The next item of business to be transacted at this meeting is to elect a mayor for the ensuing council year. Are there any nominations for the office of mayor for the new civic year?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I would like to move that Cllr Joanne Brown be elected mayor of the City of Gloucester until the annual council meeting 2019. I prepared a short speech. Right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations on your magnificent year in office. I have attended many of the functions you supported, and I know that you have done the City of Gloucester proud. Also, I very much appreciate the opportunity for this ceremony to be filmed by Gloucester filmmakers. This will enable Joanne's family members living on a continent far, far away to feel parts of this wonderful occasion in some small way. I know Cllr Joanne Brown well. Very well, in fact. So I'm well placed to propose this nomination, and I'm happy to do so. We first met nearly 40 years ago on the steps in front of the town hall in Lebanon. That's Lebanon, New Hampshire, USA. A small town with a population only slightly greater than that of Barnwood, the ward which Joanne represents on the City Council for our group. Within minutes of this first meeting, Joanne invited me back to her place for a coffee. which I thought was a bit forward. I'm very shy. Anyway, there I met the whole family, and there were loads of them. There was Mom, a young 95-year-old today, and Pa, Louise and Tom, Janice and Tim, and others. I need to keep that bit on the tape, John. But that was not the beginning of our association, as we had started as pen pals nearly 10 years earlier. To explain to the younger members here, in the days before Facebook and Twitter, Tinder and Grindr, people would actually communicate by letter. We were pen pals. In the early 1970s, it took 4 days for a letter to make it to America. Then Joanne would spend 3 weeks thinking about it, so it was pretty slow going, and you can see why it took 10 years for us to get together. I mean, the plus is that thankfully none of our teenage correspondence is online today. So I've known Joanne since way back, even before Councillor Gravels was first elected. In 1976. By the way, congratulations, Andrew, for being elected Chair of the County Council on Wednesday. Disappointingly, having met Joanne, I quickly realised that Joanne was not rich. Her family were not rich. I had imagined, in my innocence, that all Americans were rich. But here we had a hard-working family, not rich. However, I decided to stay in touch because I'm not that shallow. And I realised that Joanne had many other qualities. Qualities that I value. Qualities that I see her in, that will see her in good stead to take on this important role of Mayor of Gloucester. Joanne is a hard-working, caring person with the strength of character to take on practically any challenge in a methodical and meticulous manner. The evidence is there. Moving 3,000 miles from all family members to Gloucester 30 years ago, no house, no income, no family support mechanism. These were the days before Facebook, of course. So, since then, working in a hectic school library and then a prison library has been a challenge that I would think twice about myself. That experience does give me the opportunity to say Joanne spent time in Gloucester prison. But I probably should drop that from my conversation for the immediate future. Mr. Mayor, I know you will agree that one important quality needed by anyone taking on civic duties is stamina. So, you, like me, will be impressed to hear that Joanne keeps fit cycling to and from work, and importantly, medical tests show that Joanne has the lungs of a 25-year-old. It's official. And Joanne was also once a star of the Gloucester Am-Dram scene and played 3 or 4 times and lead in one occasion at our wonderful King's Theatre in King's Barton Street. This gave Joanne the opportunity to demonstrate that she is capable of learning her lines. However, when there is no script, I have no idea what she will say next. Every day is an adventure. Joanne has long been a strong supporter of civic events, attending as many as she possibly can, and consequently is very much aware of the heavy demands placed on the Mayor and Sheriff. Mr. Mayor, I look around and see we are in the presence of a number of past old mayors, an accepted term in these modern days. It is good to see Gordon Williams, Terry Haynes is here, and Phil McClellan. Is Sebastian here? Okay. I believe Joanne would do an excellent job following in the footsteps of the great and good of this city, and she would be an excellent ambassador for our great city of Gloucester. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, David. I'm glad you referred to a continent far, far away, not a galaxy far away. Could get in trouble. Is that seconded, please?